Every day we hear new health tips from social media, from friends, from influencers, or from old traditions. But here's the problem. A large portion of these tips is based on half knowledge or myths that are now outdated. These tips have been ingrained in our minds for decades and still somehow linger around, as if they were indelible or as if they were simply impossible to erase. 100% true. Today we're going to look at the biggest health myths that still make many people believe they're true and what is actually behind them. For the first point, I want to address why health myths spread so quickly in the first place. Because here comes a hype, suddenly that's the right thing, then another hype comes along and suddenly that's the right thing. And this spreads so quickly across so many platforms. And these health myths just work so well, or rather, these ideas spread so quickly because they sound very simple and straightforward, and people are quick to accept them. They promise quick and easy results, which of course sounds appealing to the listener, even though it's not really the case in reality. And they're simply repeated so often that they really stick in people's minds. But health is complex. What works for one person might not work for another person. While some people take extra zinc supplements and say, wow, my life has completely changed. For example, a friend of mine, supplemented with zinc and says his testosterone levels have skyrocketed. He probably had a deficiency before that. Or, of course, there could be other reasons, but someone else takes it and says, hey, I didn't really notice much of a change. That's why you always have to look at things individually. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. The first myth I want to talk about is carbohydrates make you fat. That's simply not true. Many people still believe that carbohydrates automatically lead to weight gain, but that's not the case. In reality, weight gain usually depends on the body's overall energy balance. And of course, also on your lifestyle, not just on a single nutrient that you consume, even though, of course, carbohydrates are a very basic and important nutrient. Many people, of course, forget the difference between refined and complex carbohydrates. There is a big difference between them. A balanced diet, and of course, there are people who eat more carbohydrates than others, but they also move a lot more as a result, much more. And that's why they don't gain weight, because they simply burn off the energy they take in. So it doesn't even enter the cycle to later be converted into fat, so to speak. Then you don't get fat. That's all there is to this myth. In my experience, I see that people make more progress when they learn to balance their diet rather than cutting out an entire group, that is, a food group. Or, for example, cutting out all carbohydrates. And in my experience, this approach leads to much better results. The other common myth I want to address right now is that you absolutely have to drink 8 full glasses of water every single day to keep yourself healthy and hydrated. But where did this 8 glasses rule even come from? Glasses would be roughly equivalent to 2 liters if you count 250 milliliters per glass. 2 liters is of course good. Some people drink more, some drink less, but that naturally depends on your body. Every individual person is a different height, weighs more or less, and of course has a unique metabolic rate, different physical proportions, and so on. All of that plays a big role. And for example, it also depends on a person's height, their overall daily activity levels, and the ambient temperature, and their overall diet. There's also water in food, so you also take in water through what you eat. Hydration is important, but don't get hung up on it. These 8 glasses a day or 2 liters per day, no matter what number you have in your head, don't get fixated on it. Just do your thing and make absolutely sure you drink enough water. And that's honestly the best thing you can do for your body in this situation. Now, this is a really intense myth that's coming up, the myth that fat is unhealthy. That's a pretty serious myth, which ever since sugar entered the industry, it's played a huge role because for a long time, fat was portrayed as the main enemy of health, even though, for example, the brain consists, yes, of 60% fat. So, does that mean you yourself are the enemy of health or what? So, do you get what I mean? Fats play a central role in the body and are essential for survival. Yes, truly essential for survival. They're important for hormone production, brain function, and for feeling full. Fats produce hormones. Without these fats, many hormones wouldn't be produced at all. That means it would not even be possible to live because you need certain essential hormones just to survive. Whether it is thyroid hormones such as T3 and T4 or various other critical hormones. This affects the entire hormonal balance. Of course, there are also differences between saturated and unsaturated fatty acids. What do I fry? What do I saute? And it's all a bit more complex than that. But here, you definitely shouldn't lump all different types of fats together and say that they are all unhealthy and bad for your health. Now, the next myth is detox diets cleanse the body. That is a rather superficial statement to make because it is much easier to mess things up than it is to do them properly and correctly. There are detox teas, detox juices, programs that are being sold, and an entire industry has emerged here that created this myth, and it's more firmly established than ever before. The body has its own systems to detoxify itself. For example, the kidneys, for example, the liver, the kidneys, the digestive system as well. Detox marketing is so successful because it promises people something. With a pill, with a powder, you can easily achieve something without putting in real effort. And who wouldn't choose the easy option? With a pill, with a powder, something you take before going to bed and it solves the problem, or simply cleanses their body instead of to change your whole life instead of just making a few changes here and there. Of course, that's a huge difference. Of course, it is entirely possible for you to do very well. You can definitely follow specific detox programs, but I truly believe that with certain herbal teas and structured programs, you can definitely provide essential support to your body, specifically targeting the vital organs that are responsible for this detoxification to start and significantly improve this process. This will also help your body function much better overall through these things that you consume or do simply to support it more effectively. Because nowadays we are exposed to a lot of stress and it's very important to tidy up the body a bit. Myth number 5 is more exercise is always better. But I think it obviously makes sense not to overdo it here. Of course, some people could probably exercise more or should exercise more. However, there are also certain things that are negative, like doing too much physical exercise, where you suddenly find yourself dealing with injuries and are simply exposed to a lot of physical strain. Your hormones go crazy because they're exposed to so much stress. And fatigue can also occur if you train too much and don't give your body any relaxation. Then, of course, it will be tired and act up a bit. A balanced and well-structured workout routine where you properly train your whole body and also give it enough time and space to develop and grow is, of course, absolutely essential. And of course, the critical importance of recovery and rest is also very, very important to keep in mind here. Without adequate recovery, your body simply can't turn the hard work what you've done into physical productivity. So, for example, that means building muscle mass or improving your overall fitness levels. The XYZ of your physical body is not guaranteed if you simply do not value recovery. I honestly do not know who exactly believes this myth, but dietary supplements do not replace a healthy diet. Hopefully, not too many people believe that. But maybe a lot of people use them to feel better, to move a bit further in that positive direction to improve their lives. Of course, I think most people are well aware that's not actually the case. But of course, you can still achieve good things with tablets, pills, and powders. beneficial things you might not get anymore from a normal daily diet or that are simply no longer available, simply put. And it's not called that for nothing. They're called supplements because they supplement something that's already there. But still, yes, they don't replace the foundation on which everything is built. Supplements can certainly be useful, and there are plenty of useful supplements. But you shouldn't live on pills alone. You should also, of course, eat real food and not necessarily industrially processed food. Those were the myths, but now let's move on to the things that are truly important for your health. Let's put all the common myths aside and instead stick to the fundamental core principles that are absolutely vital for maintaining health. If we truly put all these misconceptions aside and simply focus on the basic fundamentals that remain essential for our well-being, then these include, for example, making sure you get a sufficient amount of high-quality sleep for recovery, just as I mentioned earlier, maintaining a healthy and balanced diet, along with regular physical activity, not just once a week, but ideally at least twice, of course. Yes, of course, you should never forget to manage your daily stress levels, because that is also a major factor in your life, and in everyone's life, of course. And really think about your long-term habits, both the small ones and the big ones, and work on them, because in my opinion, that is exactly where you can make the biggest impact possible for your future. You can't even imagine it. Health doesn't come from quick fixes, but from consistent habits maintained over a long period of time. Health myths are definitely problematic because they often distract us from things that are truly important, like the fundamentals I just mentioned. The most effective strategies are usually the simplest ones, even if they're not particularly spectacular. In the end, it's really just about creating habits that work in the long term. I'm curious, which health myth do you hear the most? Feel free to write it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it.